It's pretty delicious.
Listening to The Sports Nuts.
And good evening and welcome to the special Sunday edition of the Saturday Sports Show. My name is Ralph Williams, along with PENSMAN Sports' Bryan Pettit, and Leo Haggerty possibly will be joining us tonight as well. He is reporting on the South Florida men's basketball game, which happened today at 2 o'clock. So we may have Leo, we may not. It all depends on what's going on with that game. All right, we're here tonight. We have a lot to talk about because we weren't here yesterday because I had prior obligations. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the college football championship, NFL playoffs, and Mike Tomlin stepping down as Steelers head coach this week. And the search has already started. Interviews are already in progress. And we're going to talk about that as well. I've been on several programs all across the country, including this week. I will be on Wednesday night at 8:30 with Robert Butler on the Sportscape show at 8:30 on this Wednesday to talk about Mike Tomlin and the Steelers. So I want to let everyone know that as well. And I've been on Steel City Sports World. I was on with Peter Blake on Wednesday night. I've been on with just about every sort of media outlet there is that does a podcast that has asked me to come on to talk about Mike Tomlin. So I'm not Mike Tomlin'd out, but I sort of am a little bit because a lot of people have been burning up my phone, asking me my opinion about it, and I've given it to them. So we're going to see what happens there as well. So here we are. Here is Brandon Keeler. Thank you for tuning in to Sports Nuts, Brandon. We're doing real good tonight. We're here for our Saturday sports show, which is normally on Saturday, but we're doing it tonight because I had prior obligations yesterday. All right. Guys, let's get started. We had 2 playoff games yesterday, and there's 2 today. One in progress right now, and one is soon to be happening real soon here. So I just want to let everyone know that. Greetings from Puerto Rico. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. And let's see. Who do we have here? PENSMAN, who's this here? I can't. Oh, here we go. All right. Is that Ralph Williams from back in the day? Yes, it is. From Public Broadcast Media. That's me. And it's only me. So there you go. Me, PENSMAN Sports, and Bryan Pettit. There we are. And the Sports Nuts, that's my guy, Ben. All right, there we are. Thank you, Brandon. All right, PENSMAN Sports, welcome to the show. Tell everybody how they can get a hold of you and what's happening with you tonight. How's everything?
I'm doing all right. It's just New England's about ready to win, and I hate New England winning, but it is what it is. When Drake May throws 3 touchdowns, what you expect, and with the ball security of the Texans, what you expect. But not much going on. I made a short about the Steelers earlier, so you can find me on YouTube on PENSMAN Sports and all social media platforms at PENSMAN Sports also.
Absolutely. All right, there we are. And how's it going? Going very well. Thank you, Steve Holmes. Thank you. All right. Thank you all for participating in the show. Bryan Pettit, how are you this evening, Bryan, from Tiger Stripes Media in the Sports Nuts. PENSMAN's also part of the Sports Nuts, as well as I am. And we are broadcasting all across the United States and around the world as well, and on several media platforms. Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, it's been a wild weekend. I went to my mom's house, not too far from where I'm living. So that's been a great weekend. Had the kids with me and everything. They got their Christmas done. So everything is done now for Christmas. But you can find me on Tiger Stripes Media on any platforms that you can follow, and also a part of the Sports Nuts, as you said. So yeah.
All right, we're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, X, and we're on several other platforms, as I mentioned before, as well, mainly on the Sports Nuts Network as well. All right, let's talk about these NFL games. Yesterday, we saw Seattle beat up on San Francisco. San Francisco beat themselves. Mike Shanahan, and here's the thing I have for you guys here. We'll start with you, PENSMAN. Mike Shanahan, why would you go for it on 4th down on your own 30-yard line? That makes no sense to me at all. That's why the San Francisco lost yesterday. And Mike Shanahan, and always he's like another John Harbaugh in big games, like he used to do against the Steelers. He used to do stupid stuff and make dumb calls and panic and whatnot. Shanahan did that yesterday, and I thought that's what cost San Francisco the game. McCaffrey in and out with injuries as always, and whatnot. Go ahead, PENSMAN. We'll start with you. San Fran versus Seattle.
San Francisco had too many injuries. They dropped them like flies. We got George Kittle went down, and they just couldn't recover. And with the 4th down, they had to try it. They tried everything possible. They tried to throw everything. It's just Seattle was well prepared. Give it out to their coach. Their coach knew what to do. They knew what play.
Yeah.
The 4th, I can't take anything from their 4th down. It was stupid, but when you don't have your main players out there, that's what's going to happen. You make stupid mistakes because you're used to the same personnel out there, and when a personnel goes out, that's what happens. You want to try different stuff to mix up the defense, but there is no mixing up the Seattle defense last night.
Yeah, bad calls in these games, and it is proper to say that, which is true. We had there were a bunch of bad calls in that game. I thought, well, in the Bills game, at least there were some. But Brian, I know you're a 49ers fan. What went wrong yesterday with the Niners, other than the fact that Shanahan went for it at his own 30-yard line on 4th down, and gave Seattle points by not making it? Go ahead.
Well, you have turnovers. You had that 90-yard kickoff right at the beginning of the. That was crazy, but in the penalties, all the things, it just messed up. You couldn't get nothing done. That Seattle defense is unreal, and that's what with the first punch that Seattle threw at them, and they just threw them off, and then it went up 14-0, 21, and it just went on and on and on and on. And with the penalties, interceptions, fumbles, it just collaborated all in one. It was a miserable night last night.
Oh yes, absolutely.
And in the crowd, and I'll give Seattle crowd. They are a 12th man. They made that whole entire scene when they kicked it off, and when he ran it back, the crowd was in it from start to finish, and there was no turning back on that crowd.
No, not at all. Lumen Field was just going bananas last night.
And I understand why I understand why he went in 4th down, because when you're down that many, you got to throw something different. But with with the 49er offense this year, the line hasn't been holding up. You can't get no pressure on the defense. So it's a lot of things that's going on with the 49ers. Kyle Shanahan should be embarrassed the way they've been playing lately.
Oh my gosh, Brian! Whoa, that was bad. I mean,
that was bad.
That had to be his worst game. I mean, it's seriously one of his worst.
Yeah, and exactly. I agree.
And what I saw was just like horrific. And I'm sitting there. My wife even said something, and she don't say a lot when we watch games, but she said, "What is going on with them?" I said, "Mike Shanahan trying to. I mean, he's almost like his dad, more or less, when he's as a head coach. So All right, guys, let's move on here. Bills versus Denver. There was some bad officiating in that game. I saw some stuff that was called that shouldn't have been called. There was some, and of course, what's the referee's name, PENSMAN, that did that game yesterday? Our buddy.
Carl Schuffers.
Well, no, not him. The other one did the San Fran game, didn't he? The one that we normally.
Yeah, John Hussey.
Hussey, yeah. He
John
was
Hussey
referencing
did
this.
Yeah.
Of course, we all know about John Hussey.
Yeah, John Hussey did the Seattle and San Francisco game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
well,
but
the Bills game was some horrible
Bills,
officiating at the end.
But the Bills game, yeah,
that was some bad officiating. And I got to tell you, the NFL has to do something about some of this. This is costing teams games. And I know, Mike Tomlin used to say, go ahead, PENSMAN.
I told them I would go to a bookstore and get Referees for Dummies 101 and just send it to the NFL. I would I'll put it on Roger Goodell's office and they can send it out.
You're gonna email
Pass
it to them
interference is in there. They have, and if they can't read words, there's pictures. I'm like, something needs to happen.
Well, I'll tell you a little story. They had a picture of Mike Tomlin somebody put up on social media, and I should have brought it to us tonight here. But they put a picture of Mike Tomlin and it said "Coaching for Dummies," and those old yellow books you used to buy, Computers for Dummies, and all that. Yeah,
That's what I'm talking about. There's books for there's Referees 101 for Dummies.
How about this one too? How about this one too?
Go ahead.
What is a catch? Do we even know what a catch is anymore?
No, here's the best one, Brian. They call pass interference when the guy caught the ball.
Yeah.
I don't get that. I mean, pass interference is supposed to be if you're impeding the wide receiver from catching the ball, okay, which means you're stopping him from catching the ball and not letting him catch it. That's supposed to be pass interference, not call pass interference when the guy catches the ball. That doesn't make sense to me at all. And,
exactly.
if I'm right about this, fine. If I'm wrong, I'll admit I'm wrong, but I'm almost right about this. I was always under the impression that pass interference was because you are impeding the wide receiver, or if the wide receiver stopping the defender from making the play, that's when you get called pass interference, not if someone catches the ball. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I saw some of that last night too. But the Bills-Denver game, I got to give it to Denver. They put up a good fight. The Bills put up a good fight. Josh Allen, I feel bad for him. The Buffalo curse continues. And I just, Sean McDermott's another coming from the school of Mike Tomlin, can't win the big game, in the playoffs and whatnot, and go to the Super Bowl, major, in the same book as Mike Tomlin. Go ahead, PENSMAN.
Bro, I got something to say to everybody.
Go ahead.
If you have not been on social media today, I want to let everybody know I'm going to stop you in your tracks right now. Josh Allen is not coming to Pittsburgh. I'm letting you know this now. We want a winning quarterback. We want a quarterback that knows how to win in overtime. Josh Allen is 0 for 7 in overtime games. We do not want him in Pittsburgh. Period. So get off the Photoshop. And stop making Josh Allen come to Pittsburgh. He can stay in Buffalo and keep losing.
Some of these people, and this bothers me here, people must lead dull lives. When you really, your life is putting stuff out like this, you must lead dull lives, because Josh Allen's never coming to Pittsburgh. That's a fact right there. All right. I mean, come on. Seriously?
I saw that. You gotta be kidding me.
Man, I got a better chance of getting struck by lightning than him coming to the Steelers. Come on. All right. And a lot of you out there have no idea what you're talking about. You put up this stuff on social media and you have no idea. None.
And who knows? And who knows, Ralph? They like the standard, the win the division and the one first round exit. They like the standard.
Yeah, I keep hearing Aaron Rodgers is coming back too. I keep hearing that story too. So, there we are.
Yeah.
I heard they're
Yeah.
going to re-sign Kenny Pickett and Mitch Trubisky and Russell Wilson and have a big reunion. There you go.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's kind of
All
weird.
depends. All depends on what the new coach wants.
Exactly. All right,
Yeah.
let's go with PENSMAN Sports here. PENSMAN, your thoughts on this game last night, Buffalo Bills versus Denver, and then we'll move on after Brian. Go ahead.
Carl Sheffers, you've got to be ashamed of yourself. You got to call it right down the middle for 4 quarters. 4 quarters, you called it down the middle. Overtime, I don't know what you were thinking in overtime, but you wanted to be one-sided. Pass interference is pass interference. You got to give him contact. Brandon Cooks made the completion. I was on the phone. Let me bring it up here real quick. There he is. I was on the phone with this guy here, and we both said that was down by contact, and that was not an interception taken away. When he's down by contact, he's down by contact. So, but I give it up for Denver, even though they won the game. But Bo Nix, I'm sorry that you tore your ACL or broke a bone in your tore ACL, but the Patriots have a free pass to the Super Bowl now.
Absolutely, they do. You're exactly correct because of bad officiating. It happens all the time. I mean, we see it both in college and in the all right, bad calls in the Bills game upstate. Yes, absolutely. You know it. We're on Facebook here as well. Got a comment on Facebook. So there you go. Welcome aboard all those on Facebook, all those on YouTube channels, all across the board here. Also the Sports Nuts. We're also on PENSMAN Sports, Brian Pettit, my pages, and also on Brandon Keeler from the Sports Nuts Network. We're on his pages as well. And this show will be uploaded onto a few of our radio affiliates later on, sometime this week or whatever. But anyway, all right, let's go into. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mike.
Don't forget Draft Nation too.
Yeah, draftnation.com as well. Yes, this show will be uploaded onto Draft Nation. I forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me. All right. Okay. Let's get into tonight's game and this afternoon's game here between New England and Houston. Looks like it's getting ready to wrap up here. New England's going to win this game. Your thoughts on this game? We'll start with you, PENSMAN, first, and then we'll get into Brian on this New England and Houston game. Go ahead, PENSMAN.
Anybody says that I'm not an NFL fan should be ashamed. Shame on you. I watched this whole entire game. So I'm not a Patriots fan, but I watched it. Drake May, excellent performance. CJ Stroud, I don't know what happened between you last week and this week, but you were a different person. Mike Vrabel, he came out with different blitz schemes and was pressuring CJ. CJ had his head spinning. He had him going left and right, didn't know which way to look. Every time he turned around, there was a Patriot in his face. There was pressure. There was 8 turnovers combined all game, 5 for the Texans, 3 for the Patriots, and the 3 turnovers for the Patriots were all fumbles and all. It wasn't really that big of a fumble deal, but it was a bad, sloppy game. But kudos to the New England Patriots. You got to give them where credit's due, but New England's on the way to the Super Bowl and a potential chance of being the 7-time champion.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Someone just asked me a question here. Who on Mike Tomlin's staff has an opportunity to be a head coach? And I just responded, Arthur Smith. It seems like he's going to be getting an interview with the Titans, if he hasn't already interviewed. And he's interviewing with the Arizona Cardinals. And I also heard that he interviewed this week or is about to this weekend to interview with Dan Campbell up at Detroit. Now, I'm going to tell Jeremy Ballrick, who is a friend of mine that covers the Detroit Lions, and I'm going to tell him, well, good, you can have Arthur Smith because I'm glad he's out of Pittsburgh, and I don't see him coming back. At least I hope he doesn't.
Hey, Ralph, I want to talk about Steelers and Plan B.
Yeah, Steve here wants to ask that question.
Yeah.
I don't even know if they have a Plan B. I really don't. What kind of Plan B do they have? I mean, I know Plan A is,
start from scratch. Welcome to the NFL, Pittsburgh.
Start from scratch. Trey, we'll talk about this coming up in a few. We got a lot to talk about tonight here on this program. A lot, plenty to talk about.
Don't forget, I have a Tuesday show of the Steelers too. So
yes, exactly. Yeah, Tuesday. I'm sorry. What are you doing Tuesday?
Steelers show on Tuesdays.
Yeah, on Tuesdays, PENSMAN does a Steelers show at night. I might join them this Tuesday. We'll see. I have my Sports Corner show. I'm working on getting Mike Asti from Pittsburgh, or from he covers the Steelers for a national broadcasting company, and I'm also working on possibly getting a few other guests on as well. We're looking at that to see what his thoughts are on the Steelers and their coaching search. And also, we have our friend Ray Fittipaldo. I might even be getting him on. We'll see what happens here this Tuesday with me, Ralph Williams, Smoke, and Jim Frazier, 4 to 5 p.m., the Sports Corner show as well. And then immediately following at 5 to 6, Wrestle Talk. And that'll all be here on our platforms here on the Sports Nuts and several in our other platforms as well. All right, let's get into. All right,
Brian, what's your
thoughts on this game last night with Buffalo and Denver? And then we're going to go into the other.
Josh Allen couldn't even hit a side. He was overthrowing his receivers. He was doing all kinds of stuff. They didn't look right from the big get-go of the game, and give Denver where they did. They just kind of came out and punched them in the mouth, and they didn't recover. Buffalo never looked the same. Missed opportunities for Buffalo too. So, and then today's game about the Texans and Patriots. The Patriots just wanted to run the ball. That's all they wanted to do and waste the clock, burn it, and they actually won. So, you got to give them credit. And Drake May looks actually pretty good right now. So, 3 touchdowns, one turnover. He threw for 179 yards. And then Stroud, he's got problems still. He's turning the ball over a lot more than what we think. 4 interceptions, that's not what you think about. But, it's set up now. So you're going to have New England against Denver right now.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what Denver does. Bo Nix is hurt. Their backup quarterback's going to have to come in. We're going to find out how that works. We already spoke about the San Fran-Seattle game. We're not going to go into that any further. I do want to give credit where it's due to Mike McDonald and his coaching staff and Clint Kubiak for coming out and really giving it to San Francisco. And, of course, as we mentioned earlier, San Francisco kind of beat themselves. So, All right, let's get into
Clint beat his brother.
Clint
beat his brother.
Yeah, exactly. And his brother is interviewing for the Steeler job, too. So I just want to let everyone know that as well. All right, let's talk about the 600-pound gorilla in the room here, and that is the Mike Tomlin situation. As of Tuesday, the whole world knows, it's all across the country and around the world, that Mike Tomlin stepped down after 19 years of being the coach of the Steelers. My phone blew up with emails, texts. People wanted to know what I thought about it. People wanted to know what's going on. I was called upon on several podcasts across the country to explain this. I'm going to give you my assessment of why he stepped down, and I put some facts together over the course of the last 3 days because I've heard from several different people real good to this, close to the situation of sources that I have, that between all of my sources put together, I put together a little monologue here as to why Mike Tomlin stepped down. Several reasons. All right, we're going to start with this one. Art Rooney II, the owner of the Steelers, sat down with Mike Tomlin before the Houston game and said, look, you and I are going to have a discussion about you possibly stepping down if we lose this game. All right. And what has happened is, that we need to have a discussion. So the discussion went into where if they lose the Houston game, the plan was that he was informed by Art II, Mike Tomlin, that he was not going to be renewed on his option year of his contract. He still had 1 year left with an option. Okay. Now, and supposedly he didn't like that idea of waiting in limbo to see the option. He didn't like that option year. He was very frustrated about that. Okay. He wanted guaranteed money. He got the 1 year, which was next year. And then the other year was the option. Well, Art II said he was not going to pay him the option. Art Rooney II's under a lot of pressure here. He's losing minority owners. 3 of them have pulled out in the last 2 years. Okay, 3 minority owners of the ownership group, which means they're lacking in money of people that are involved in the group. Now, I'm involved in the group as a minority owner. I gave him $1. So I just want to let everyone know that I gave him $1. All right.
Yeah, $1. $1.
$1. Yeah. So I'm involved in the minority group. So I'm so far down they don't even know my name. So, but anyway, so minority owners are pulling out because they're upset because they wanted a vote to get rid of Mike Tomlin. They've been doing that for the last 3 or 4 years now. And supposedly the minority ownership is so disgusted that they pulled together a coup to oust or to put money together to get rid of Art II. And in order to stop that, Art II had to do something about Mike Tomlin. And I'm also hearing stories, which of course I hear that they're now true, that Bill Cowher and some other people want to invest in the Steelers, but they don't want Mike Tomlin. Okay. Now I know Bill Cowher was recently going on and on about how great Mike Tomlin was. And of course, people can say all they want about how nice of a man he was. And I will admit that I did hear how nice of a man he was. Yes, they do need to retool. Thank you. That comes from my Facebook page. All right. And then also they need to restart. Yes, they do. That's from Brian. And what do we have next here? Sports Nut says, Steven, they need to restart and start from scratch. Yes, they do. Thank you, Brian. Brandon Taylor. That's you.
No, that's my comment to Steven. I told him.
Right.
I told him that they need to start.
Yeah.
From
All
scratch.
right. Yeah. They all need. The Steelers do need to start from scratch, but I don't know what they're going to do. I really believe that they're going to do what they've normally done. Go hire some young guy. And we'll get into that later. But let me finish what I know. All right. And that's just part of this now. Also, Mike Tomlin was being harassed. People were protesting in front of his house. They had to call the police a few times to come to his house and get rid of people that were on his property, protesting, spitting on his lawn, doing ridiculous things. Of course, all right. Then his daughter's being harassed in school. His kids are being harassed. His sons are being harassed, and his wife, her business has been or they threw bricks through her window and everything else, and are harassing her as well. I would be angry too if that happened to me. That's another reason he stepped away. All right. The biggest reason, from what I understand, is he wants to spend more time with his family, and he's burned out from coaching. Disappointment, not able to get to the big game, disappointing everybody. And I think the pressure was there when the fans start getting really rowdy and angry and protesting in front of his house and harassing his family and all this other stuff. All of this compounded his decision to step down. All this that I just told you compounded the whole situation. Okay. For him to step down. Plus, on top of that, Art II also said that if we lose this Houston game or we don't make it to the Super Bowl, or at least to the AFC Championship game, I'm going to ask you to fire some of your assistants. And he didn't want to do that. All right. Terrell Austin's gone. Anyway, his contract ran out. Arthur Smith still had 2 years left on his contract, but they said he wasn't coming back unless the new head coach doesn't. I don't think he's going to come back. Pat Meyer, the offensive line coach, and Danny Smith. Those are the ones that have been there the longest with Mike Tomlin at this point. All right. And I think Art II wanted him to clean house of his assistants and get rid of them all and bring new people in. And I think Mike Tomlin was tired of doing that and didn't really want to do it. A lot of things compounded this situation. We'll take your opinions on this. I know 9-8 didn't help matters much. 10-7 pissed people off and whatnot. I get that. Start with you, PENSMAN. Let's go. Mike Tomlin, why he stepped down? Do you believe? Do you think all the reasons that I just gave that I got from all my good sources? What are your thoughts on all this?
Listen, everybody. When a 53-year-old man, he's a man. He is a human being. He does not need to be harassed. For 2005 all the way up to 2020, he was the best thing in Pittsburgh. Now, you ask anybody,
2007 he came in.
yeah. Well, anyway, you could go any fan base, the Cowboys, the Eagles, the Falcons. Every fan in America wanted this man on their coaching staff. But you don't go to somebody's house and harass them. You don't go there. You can trash him on to, like, say, fire Tomlin. That is the extent of it. But come on, people, have some sense, not to you. But I'm just telling you that he wanted to be a good father. He promised his daughter he would do some stuff with him, but because of back in the COVID year, the Steelers and the Ravens, they had to play on a Wednesday because there was 13 Ravens players that had the COVID, so they had to move it up to a Wednesday game. And he promised his daughter something, and then because of that time schedule, he had to change plans. I understand. I get it. If you want to be a family man, I get it. So I have no problems with Tomlin. Everybody's got to ride the sunset. Everybody has to retire. So when Don Shula retired, nobody threw a fit. It's time. Everybody's time is to retire. So just let it ride. Just let it sit. There's a new standard has to happen. So I was getting tired of it. Ralph was getting tired of it. Brian's not a Steelers fan, and he was getting tired of it. This change needs to happen, and that's what's going to happen. So accept the changes. I'm going to tell you this now. Expect a lot of losing seasons, but eventually the Steelers are the greatest organization in the NFL. But eventually you got to get some losing in order to get back in the winning organization.
Yeah, you got to lose to win. And sometimes it takes getting some good draft picks, which the Steelers have, I would say 50-50, but most of these have been picked by Mike Tomlin. Now we got a new coach coming in now. What kind of power is he going to have? Okay, they gave Mike Tomlin power because that was one of the conditions and I told you why, because Dan Snyder, before he had to get rid of the Commanders, came a sniffing, looking for a head coach and a general manager, and he was willing to hand Mike Tomlin a blank check, and the Steelers said no. They gave him more.
Look, we had losing season. Oh, well.
Yeah, they gave him more money, and they gave him more power. And what happened was that's why Mike Tomlin had a little more power than he probably should have had. All right, go ahead, Brian. Your thoughts on this whole Mike Tomlin?
I got a question for both of you, and this is on the same line. And I was just thinking this: if I was the general manager and you two were under me, wouldn't you want if you were trying to do a team, and I'm the general manager, wouldn't you want to be on the same level as somebody would say, hey, we might need this team or we need this player on a team as a general manager or a coach? Do you think that the coaches don't have an insight of what the general manager is going to do? Do you think that has a lot of these teams that struggle with draft picks and all this?
Yes.
I think it does.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
I don't think they communicate like they should be. Like, I mean, what are your thoughts on this one? Like, I would want somebody that would, hey, we need this player. Well, I don't think we need that player. I think we need this one. And it's just causing confusion with the NFL. That's why a lot of these teams are going, well, where do we go? And you see these coaches, they don't last long. 4 seasons, maybe 6 seasons into it, they're fired or something. They don't last long.
Well, look at the power struggle between Brian Flores and the Miami Dolphins. Brian Flores did not want Tua. Miami shoved that down his throat. And then the result of it was he said Tua was not a good I didn't want Tua here. He didn't have no say in what was going on down there. Him and the GM weren't getting along, and then the owners start stepping in and doing different things, okay? You're right, Brian. That is a problem in the NFL where the GM and the coach don't get along. The owner wants to stick his nose in it where it don't belong. If you ever watch, you got to watch the movie Any Given Sunday. The owner own, the GM do his job, the coach do coach. You understand what I'm saying? But now you got everybody that wants to be the man, and you can't do that when you have power struggles. Okay, I've said that. Use that movie as an example. Cameron Diaz was the owner of the football team, and she kept sticking and diving her nose into everything. Be the owner. Go out and get the revenue. Go out and do what you need to do as the owner. I get that. All right. But when her father had the organization before he died, he let the coach the team, and he was the owner, and he owned. Okay. Art Rooney II, one thing I'll give him credit for, he does let the coach do his job, lets the GM do their job. He will step up when he has to. Okay. But we've seen this in the NFL. Jerry Jones, David Tepper, the one in Philly, Jeffrey Lurie in Philadelphia. You know, if the coach don't go to the Super Bowl, you're fired. If they don't clean the toilets right, you're fired. I mean, this is the type of stuff.
You can add Arthur Blank to that too.
Yeah, Arthur Blank. Yes, exactly. No offense, Brandon, but Arthur Blank is another story. Okay, so you have these owners that do these things, and that's why some of these teams are what they are. Okay, and there's struggles in the draft. Well, I don't want this guy. I don't want that guy. All right, everybody has to work together as a team. Why do you think businesses struggle? Because nobody can work together. And if it's a family situation, the family don't want to work together. I've seen that happen already.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're right, Brian. You're exactly correct. You hit it right on the head with that one. So.
Yeah, well, if you also, Ralph, it's always started. Have you ever watched the draft of the movie that Kevin Costner's in?
You mean Draft Day?
Yeah,
Draft
Day.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the same thing where the coach is going, I want this guy, and everybody's fighting against him and going, no, we need this player. And he finds out, oh, well, we're taking this guy, and he makes the team better. That's how I feel. I don't think the coaches have any say-so in anything. It's just the general manager's got everything in the right place going, okay, we need this player. That's what my thing is.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
and
general manager
go ahead.
The general manager should do, okay, if we get this player, they should be accountable for the salary and everything up. The coaches should be, hey, we need this player. Can we afford this player? If not, then go to your backup, And they should say, hey, if you need this guy, we accept it,
Right.
So, I mean, it's the way it is.
Absolutely. All right, guys, let's move on from this. I'm sort of burned out from talking about Mike Tomlin, but really I'm not, because
I got two. I want to put 2 cents in that.
Well, go ahead, Pensman.
Brian, you're right, but you're also wrong, because if you look at Moneyball, if you guys watch Moneyball, Brad Pitt plays Billy Bean, and he says, he goes to the coach. The coach is like, I need a 1-year deal. I can't work with this team. He said, right now I gotta put a team on the field. He said that I gotta let me put my players on the field before you can work on your deals. So it's the same situation. The owner deal with that, and you gotta have some communication with that.
Yeah.
You have to tell them your whole plan, but be like, hey, this is the plan. If you like it, too bad.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, one other topic we're going to talk about, and then we're going to get into the national championship, and I've got some audio from Miami's press conference that we're going to go over. But anyway, let's get into this point shaving. This week it was revealed that several college basketball teams and players involved with teams, including Robert Morris University, had a basketball player who was involved in a point shaving scandal as part of this whole nonsense here that went on. Now, the question is now, can people trust sports now? Because now you're going to sit there and you're going to say, remember last year, was it last year or 2 years ago when the Ravens' Mark Andrews dropped that pass, and everybody said he was paid to drop that pass? Remember when Neil O'Donnell threw those 2 interceptions for the Steelers? Everybody in the Super Bowl, everybody said Neil O'Donnell was paid off, or that kind of thing. Do you trust do you trust sports right now? I mean, because if somebody misses a free throw in college basketball, now you're going to say, "Oh, it was fixed." Okay, because of this is what kind of problems we're going to have. Brian, we'll start with you. What do you think about this whole thing?
I think it's a disaster on sports period because you never
Yes.
know. You never know. I mean, they're already saying, "Oh, the script's already rated." I mean, already done. You know,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
college
It's going to be like professional
yeah,
wrestling. It's going to be
yeah,
like WWE and all that scripted
yeah,
already. Everybody
the script,
knows,
yeah.
yeah,
But
exactly.
now with Knicks being out, now you really don't know. You know,
Right.
because they could lose next week and in a whole thing because they always had what Denver and somebody I forget who it was for this year, but it doesn't matter. I mean, it's not going to be scripted everything. Maybe wrestling is, but with this thing going on, you can't trust anybody now. Oh, he missed the 3-2, like you said, Ralph. Is it
Yeah.
going to be controversy?
Exactly. And the
Let's say,
officials. Look, we just had comments here about
yeah,
the game. You know, the officials. How do we know they're not paid off? How do we know they're not accepting bribes? We don't know that.
well, what about
And
if a
now,
kicker? What about if a kicker misses a field goal in a national championship
exactly.
tomorrow night? And
Exactly.
we're going, oh, it's a 2-point. Let's say we know it's, I forget what it is, but let's say the point spread is 7 and,
Right.
7 or whatever it could be.
Exactly.
Well, let's say it comes down to a field goal and it's 6 points. Oh, well, we're going to up it to 7. We're going to miss this field goal to make everybody, we're going to make a field goal here.
Yeah,
and
to make Vegas happy
yeah,
or whatever. Yeah,
yeah, we're going to make it Vegas. Oh, I'm going to miss a kick, but oh well, if I get death threats, oh well, Or I can, or you can spin it this way too. How about somebody throws an interception at the end of the game? Is that going to be talked about? Oh, are they? You know what I'm saying though? Is this?
Yeah.
Is this that way? We're going to start analyzing every team, NBA, football, college. It doesn't matter. I mean, we can go as far as the Olympics. They might could do the Olympics that way.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. We don't know that. And the Rams and the Bears have just started, and
Yeah.
it's nothing. Goose egg. Both have goose eggs. So
Hmm.
for tonight's game so far. So that's going to be an interesting game. I'm taking the Bears in the cold, so we'll see what happens there. But anyway, PENSMAN, go ahead with your thoughts on this whole nonsense here. Now it's going to turn into a huge problem here. So if it's not already happening, we don't know that.
If I lose people, I lose people, but this needs to be said. I think I'm the only one that's going to say this, but and Ralph, if you agree with me, fine. If you don't, you don't. But this needs to be said.
Hey, we've disagreed on some things.
Yeah, no. I know. But that's why I say if you disagree with me, oh well.
I'll still my colleague and friend, so I'm not going to.
Yeah, I'm just saying I'll probably get a phone call later about this. But as soon as the sports betting world apps came out, that's when everything started going downhill. Get rid of the sports apps, get rid of that. Players, get rid of the sports apps, get rid of the betting. As soon as you stop betting, then we can go back to the 90s when
awesome.
That's awesome. That was an awesome topic, or what you said right there. So
NFL, you got it. Well,
awesome.
This is still going to keep going. The NFL needs to stop putting colors on the NFL Super Bowl as well. The World Series, you don't see any colors on the World Series. You don't see anything on the NBA Finals. Why do you have to put stupid colors on the NFL logo, on the Super Bowl logo? There's no point. You can have the NFL and have the Super Bowl. There's no reason to have the logo for the Super Bowl. Just get rid of the sports apps and everything will be fine.
Yeah, the sports apps have killed the casinos business. They have killed, they have made kids, go bankrupt. I had a media colleague in Pittsburgh who had a 2-hour discussion with a sports agent about that, where he went on about how young kids now, in their 21 years old or whatever, young athletes are getting on these apps and they're just playing away and spending all kinds of money, and they're in debt and they're going bankrupt. I use this example all the time. Deion Sanders, one son, not Shador, the other kid. He's bankrupt.
Shiloh.
Yes, he's bankrupt. Okay.
Yeah. Shiloh.
So there's an example right there of somebody who was either involved in gambling, used his NIL money up. Who knows what happened, but kids now are taking their NIL money and they're gambling on these apps online. That was the worst thing you could have done, but it was done. and now the casinos are taking a hit. Bookies are taking a hit. Whoever's taking a hit, and that's what's going on right now. And who knows? Maybe these officials are taking money. I don't know, but this has become a serious problem, and it's getting worse and worse. Both of you have hit it on the head.
John Hussey might be going to bet BGM and be like, okay, I'm doing this game.
Yeah, and you know what's funny about this? It's going to get worse. It's not going to get better, and that's the whole problem. So there you are. All right, man. I tell you what a powerful show we're having tonight. So
get the apps out, and then we'll find out who wins for fair and square.
Yeah, it's been pouring down rain down here where I'm at. But by the way,
everybody will have money in their pockets to spend on what you really want to spend money on.
Yeah, speaking of sponsors here and topics and stuff, I forgot about our sponsors here to pay our bills. We're at Studio 10 here in Berlin, Maryland, and our studio sponsor is Mata Heating and Air Conditioning. Call them today, Western Pennsylvania's #1 heating and air conditioning company. They also offer snow melt, and they also offer UV lighting. 724-201-0500. Mata Heating and Air Conditioning, a new degree of comfort. You ought to call Mata. Give them a call today, heating and air conditioning. Also, we're sponsored by Mike Dotson Realty, Ocean City, Maryland, 410-596-1681. Mike Dotson Realty, Ocean City, Maryland. Give him a call. Short-term rentals, and also real estate property as well. Also, we have our, let me see what we got here. Yeah, our new sponsor, the Bonfire Restaurant, Ocean City, Maryland, Coastal Highway. Bonfire's taking a month off, January. They're off for the month of January, but February they will reopen. Call them today. Get your reservation, 410-524-7171. The Bonfire Restaurant, Ocean City, Maryland. Oh, PENSMAN and I have been there. Oh my gosh, I got to tell you, the food is so good there. Catfish. They have lobster ravioli. They have carved ham, carved roast beef, carved prime rib. All you can eat. Shrimp, fish, crab legs. They have a big variety of food. The mashed potatoes are melting in your mouth. Oh, at the Bonfire Restaurant. Go stop there. All you can eat buffet. What a place. Tell them Ralph Williams sent you. Bonfire Restaurant, 410-524-7171. Get your reservation because you might not get a seat. They're open Fridays and Saturday nights up until April. And then through the season from April all the way to October, they'll be open Wednesday through Sunday on Fire.
Eddie says, I want catfish now.
I want a catfish now.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Some great food at the Bonfire, who's one of our new sponsors. So
you have two choices. One, go to your local supermarket, or two, wait for February 1st.
There you go.
That or cast your rod out and go out in the river or the ocean or wherever you're located.
I don't know. I don't know if they're it's too cold for them right now. You're not going to get anything.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying, you know, what do I always say? What do I always say when I go down to the Ocean City Inlet? I always say fishing for their supper, you know? So there you are. All right. Let's get into something coming up here in a minute here. But let's talk about the national championship game tomorrow night, 8:00 p.m. Miami versus Indiana. Who do you want? Who do you like? Who do you take? Who do you think is going to win? Is it evenly matched? Are you 50-50? What is everybody's take on this? And we're going to wrap it up with this tonight. This is our final topic of the night here on the Saturday Sports Show Sunday special edition. I'm sorry I had prior obligations yesterday. I'm not going to go into it, but
shame on you. Shame on you.
Shame on me. Yeah.
You can't have an outside life.
That's exactly it. That's
you're a traitor. I'm sorry. You're a traitor.
I'm sorry.
After
5 years of doing this again. After 5 years of doing this again, tonight's my last show. I got to step down. I'm sorry. I got family obligations I got to take care of. I got to step down. So I'm sorry. I'm going to do like Mike Tomlin. I got to step down. Sorry, I got family obligations. You know. So
I'm going.
You're a traitor.
I want to go. I want to go sit down. I want to go down to the ocean, cast my fishing rod, and not be bothered by anybody. I'm retired and I'm done. So tonight's my last.
Oh, geez.
You got a better chance. You got a better chance of buying swampland in Florida with alligators in it than me stepping down from this. That's for sure. So
And you
there
love
you
what
go.
you're doing, right, Ralph?
That's right. I love it. I love every minute of it. I do. If I could do this 24/7, I would. Believe me, I would. I was invited to do a 24/7 marathon on the highway radio hits. They were doing a cancer thing to donate for cancer, but I couldn't do it. I just didn't. I just didn't have the time to do it. I couldn't obligate myself to that. But they did
Yeah,
it.
that's a long. I've seen some people do that, and that's a long stream for 24 hours.
No, I've done it. I used to do Relay for Life. I used to do Relay for Life events when I was DJing weddings and stuff.
Let's talk about the championship and let's get the party started.
Yeah, let's get it started here. Indiana versus Miami. Go ahead, Brian. We'll start with you. Go ahead.
I'm going to Indiana because I think that they're going to come out. They're going to do what they need to do. I think Carson Beck is going to be good, but I just think Indiana, with the defense and offense that they've run, it's going to be business all the way, and they look like they're been business all day because they haven't really said much. And I think that they're going to have a strong game.
So do I. I believe that to be the case. I'm going with Indiana. Kurt Signetti. He's a winner. He'll continue to be a winner. And I think we're going to see Mario Cristobal and his team self-destruct tomorrow night. We'll see what happens. Pensman, go ahead.
I think Indiana's going to win. I think that Mendoza's going to have a big game. Not as big as he did the semifinals, but I think he's going to have like 3 or 4 touchdowns, not 5. But I think Miami's going to play tight defense, but I think Mendoza's going to finish it off. I can see this being a 14-point game. I can see Carson Beck having a big game, but like Brian said, I think the defense is going to collapse on Carson Beck, and yeah, I can see him having 300 yards, and that's it. But I think the Indiana has a chance of getting 400 plus yards. And I have Miami going about 250 to 350 yards in this game. I just don't think Miami is going to move the ball as well as people think.
No, I don't either. I think Indiana's ready. I think I hate to say this, it's better to be lucky than good. I think Miami kind of got lucky in this whole thing. But the good news is I would love to see this. Mendoza wins the Heisman Trophy. He's won a bowl game already. And now to win the national championship and then go to the NFL and succeed. That's 4 different things that he can do.
That's where I'm laughing at you. He's going to the Raiders. How can you succeed as a Raider?
Well, yeah, but you don't know who the Raiders are going to get as their head coach yet. You don't know that.
I know.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Give me a minute here. Hold on. I just got news here. I just got news. Speaking of the Raiders, I just got some news. I got some somebody that covers the Raiders that I know. Here we go. It says here, a report's out today that the Raiders are going to announce tomorrow that they are hiring Arthur Smith to be their new head coach. So there you go.
See? There you go.
The Las Vegas Raiders.
The Raiders.
Going to hire Arthur Smith. I wouldn't hire Arthur Smith to clean my yard. There you go. That's where I'm at. So,
hey, Ralph.
I'm going to play those. Go ahead, Brian.
I was just going to bring up a name. Watch the MVP for the defensive player, Pounds on the Indiana side. Watch him tomorrow night. He's
okay.
Explosive. He's if he gets in that defensive backfield, it's going to be game over for Miami tomorrow.
Yeah, it is. It is. Carson Beck. I'm hearing the Steelers are looking at him. I keep hearing that story too. So we'll see.
We do not need quarterback. We need
we don't. But I mean, it's a small room out there. It's a small room right there.
We have Will Howard.
You're on the Will Howard thing, man. Hey, Mason Rudolph, man. I can't wait to see Mason Rudolph.
We have Will Howard. We have Mason Rudolph. Those are number 1. Those are number 2.
And they're bringing back Kenny Pickett as a 3rd-string quarterback. There you go. Bring back Kenny.
Steven asked what we're going to do for Plan B. What's Plan B? Plan B is to build the offensive line, get wide receivers. D can't happen. Can't do this. And get wide receivers that know how to catch the ball, and Will Howard will get the ball to him. Just get wide receiver with hands.
Yes. Yeah.
There's a lot.
Yeah,
There's a lot of we don't get a bridge.
They have a lot of
quarterback.
needs. The Steelers have a lot of needs. Line of scrimmage,
2027 draft's going to be so much better than this draft class.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is.
Know,
I don't think
if we're doing this, we're doing a live stream. If we do this, if we get a quarterback on our pick, I'll probably get my headset off and walk.
No, we're going to do a draft live stream. In fact, I already have that.
I already know that, but
we're going to do
all
the nights.
I'm just saying, if the Steelers draft a quarterback, I'm telling you this right now, I'm going to take these headset off and I'm going to walk away. We don't need a quarterback. I'm telling you.
Like Tina Turner said, we don't need another hero.
2027, we'll wait. We can wait for another year.
All right. Let's get in some more into this game here. Miami.
Brian, help me out here.
Yeah, I know.
Sounds like everybody's struggling here. Back to the championship game here.
Yeah. Let's the task at hand, as I always say. All right, let's go.
Yeah,
I
know.
Let's get into these tidbits here from the press conference from Miami here. We're going to start with this one first. Here's the first question. Hold on.
The first. You want me to tell?
Difference maker, mutual decision, right? Certainly, he had to make one, and so did we. And what we've all witnessed is a guy who, when he has the right supporting cast and the right type of regimen, structure, scheme, play calling, everything that goes with it, and again, the right type of support, surrounded by the right people, high achievers, the mentality of people that want to be great and do right by each other. That sky's the limit for him. And again, I think he's just getting started. I think that his best football is still ahead of him. And certainly looking forward to watching him play his best game on Monday night.
All right, there you go.
And this was the Carson. He was talking about Carson Beck, how he's made decisions through his transfer portal and everything. PENSMAN. That's what that was.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Question number 2. Brian, go ahead. Question
number 2 was, as you're looking in Indiana, this was a question that one of the reporters said. As you look at Indiana, what sort of the biggest challenges you see as you study the team, Indiana? That's what they were talking about.
Okay, here we go.
A complete team. They are smart, physical, tough, fast, relentless. Schematically, they're challenging because of what they do and to stop the run. Their back end, their entire team has elite talent, right? Very experienced team. I think 27 players are in their last year of eligibility. Several others are in year 3 or 4 as well. So you're looking at a team that's extremely talented, coached really well, and plays really hard. You know, we could get in for hours on what they do schematically, but certainly those are some of the key components of them being such a great team.
All right, next we have the next question. Brian, go ahead.
All right, this was okay. This is a question from another reporter. What are some things that the guy have done well that you have done well to beat the team on Monday? So this was Mario Cristobal at the press conference yesterday.
I mean, this thing's about execution. You know, we could get into a bunch of stuff. Obviously, strategically, won't get into any specifics as it relates to that. But I don't think this game is about flash. You know, this is going to be substance, right? Blocking and tackling, throwing, catching and running and covering and all the things that go with playing high-level football at this time of year, deep into the season when everybody's banged up, right? Your best has to show in what the foundation of football is, and that's technique, fundamentals, scheme, and execution.
All right. Okay, next, Brian, go ahead. We have 3 more to go.
Yeah. This was another one. They said this is about on Carson Beck. What is the most impressive thing on preseason? His ability to lead. What have you made the great leader? And this is Cristobal again from yesterday.
Well, everything. High-level execution, high-level talent, precision, discipline, toughness. They chase and finish, which I think is really important. The ball doesn't get turned over. If a ball does come out, there's 10 hats there, 11 hats there, ready to jump on it. So you're looking at an operation that's seasoned, that's disciplined, that executes at a high level.
All right, there you go. Go ahead, Brian. Next question.
All right, this one's on. This is really short. This is
Okay.
what it says that since Cincinnati had on such a short time at Indiana. What impressed you about what he's done so far? And this is very quick.
All right, here we go.
A great job top to bottom and have proven themselves as the number one team in the country.
That was
All right.
really
Yeah.
quick.
Boy, that was quick, man.
That was.
If you didn't listen to that one, you're done.
Yeah, he didn't pick around on that one.
I know. He made it simple. I mean, you know. So, all right, here's the final question. Brian, go ahead, and I'll give you, and then I'll have Cristobal give you the answer. Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, there you go. Let's see here. He said, just go ahead and play it because I lost it where it is.
Okay.
There.
Consistency and resiliency. He's the same guy every single day. He's unaffected by anything outside. There's absolutely nothing selfish about him. He wants to do right by his teammates. He has absolutely zero interest in any personal accolades or whatnot. He just wants to win. And I think a guy that's been through what he's been through, both physically and some of the other outside stuff, I think he's a great example for all of us, young and old, on how you're supposed to handle yourself and your business throughout adversity.
Okay, there you go.
That was on Carson Beck, his leadership and stuff. So that was another one of Carson Beck's little thing that he had on there. Okay,
we'll start with you, Go ahead, Pensman. What are your thoughts on what Mario Cristobal had to say here on these questions here at this press conference?
Thought they're all good. It's a coach. He's supposed to answer the tough questions. That's why he's a coach. He's supposed to answer all the things. So I thought the answer, except for the short answer one, but I thought they were concise to the point, and I thought he did a good job of answering the questions, except for the short one that we all heard. That it was short, sweet, to the point. That short answer, but I thought it was really good though. He made his point across, and I agree with him what he said about. I agree with what he said about Carson Beck though, because he's been through a lot in his personal life. So
I see. All right, go ahead, Brian. What do you think about this press conference here?
I thought both press conferences. I listed both of them. On the Indiana side, they didn't have much to say about. They were just talking about the like Alabama and all that, the ties, this Saban. But listen to Cristobal. He kind of knows what this team does. In and out of what Indiana has. He knows about. Actually, I didn't know this, but they talked about in this press conference also Mendoza. I didn't know they were actually good family friends. Cristobal and him are good friends. So, they know the scheme. They know what happens, but we'll just see what happens tomorrow. But I thought this press conference was really, really good, though. And some hard questions, though, too, during it. So,
all right. Pensman, check out those comments there. I just looked at them briefly there on the comments section there at the bottom.
You're gone, and you're gone. So they're both gone. So I don't need to look at them anymore.
Okay, there we go. All right.
I took care of it.
Guys, we're going to finish up here. I know, Brian, you don't get into Mike Tomlin very often, but do you have we're going to finish up with a Tomlinism. What was your favorite Tomlinism, if you know of one? Go ahead, Brian. What was your
one
favorite?
that I know of personally? The one that I've listened to what everybody's saying is, yeah. That one or this one. I got a good one for you.
Go ahead.
We didn't play good. I didn't coach. That's about one I have.
Awesome.
All right, Pensman, go ahead and I'll give you mine. Go ahead, Pensman.
Before I get mine out, I don't know if you covered this or not, but I do appreciate Tiger Nation Live and KFCE 95.5. I appreciate you guys listening and tuning in.
Oh, I didn't even know they were tuning in live. I was told that we were going to be up.
I don't know if they are. I don't know if they are or not, but I'm just covering our butts.
Yeah, Tiger Nation. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you. Tiger Nation.
I don't know if they are. I don't know if they are or not, but I'm just covering the tracks, and so that way. So,
well, I did mention our several media platforms, but I didn't mention them specifically because I wasn't sure where we're uploading. Yeah, that's Tiger Nation. .com.
Yeah.
It's in Texas, Oklahoma, and Missouri or Missouri, however you pronounce it. So
Yeah, but
I
my
want to thank
favorite
those
Tomlin,
folks.
my favorite Tomlin is, well, that's a good fight. We put up a good fight, but we don't know what to expect. But it was a good fight out there. But that's what we have. So I appreciate. And we have
All right.
we go to injuries for any questions.
All right, here we go. I got three of them.
Well, you got to sit right. You got to sit right now.
Yeah, I got to move around here a little bit here. I'm a little my back's kind of knotted up a little bit, so I got to kind of move around a little bit. So here we go. All right, we got caught with our slip showing. That right there, that was in the Jets after the Jets game this year. In the first half, he said we got caught with our slip showing. So I like that one. And then, we're all part of the collective, and the collective is we're going to be the collective. We're going to practice. We also need to practice and find out who our body of work this week. Those who are healthy will participate. Those who are injured, they're injured. And then I love it when someone would ask him a question about what was going on with someone's injury, and he goes, "I'm a football coach, not a doctor. I coach football. You're gonna have to talk to the medical staff." He would say,
Ralph,
yeah.
I got one more, and then I'm done.
Go ahead.
What'd you think of the loop field goal? Hey, if my aunt had male parts, that would make her my uncle.
No, but I like the slip showing, the collective, and we got to go back to the laboratory. That was another good one. Every time they would lose, we have to go back in the laboratory. We got retool. Yeah, exactly. That was a good one. And I like Bryan. So he would always go and then that's classic right there. That's classic Mike Tomlin. All right, we all shared our Tomlinisms. We'll take yours in the comments section when you watch the archive version of the show. Also, we always accept your comments, emails, ralphwilliams737@gmail.com. We have a couple emails here. It says, you guys do a real good job on this program. This is from Lisa, and she is from St. Augustine, Florida. She says, Ralph, you do a real good job, you and your friends there with your show. We will be listening down here. And also we have from Surprise, Arizona, from Jen. She says, Ralph, you guys are the best. You guys put on a great show. And it's out here in Surprise, Arizona. I said, okay, thank you. Appreciate that. That's from two warm spots, Surprise, Arizona, and from St. Augustine, Florida, because we're going to get a coating of snow here tomorrow, and it's been raining all day today, and it's going to get cold on Tuesday, 28 degrees here. Who would ever thought? Oh, well. I thought
classic NFL North battle. What'd you expect?
When I thought that I was getting away from the winter weather, it pulled me back in.
Doesn't it always with the weather, huh?
Regardless,
hey, you guys down there in South Carolina, they're getting hit too. I mean,
Hey, Ralph. By the way, I was telling you this. I didn't tell you. I told PENSMAN a while ago. I was actually where my mom lives, and she lives an hour, 20 minutes where I live. We had rain, then it went to snow. Rain snowed about 30 minutes in, and then it was snow rain, and then it snowed, and then it quit, and then back to rain, and now we're having sunshine. Now it's 40-something degrees. It's 40-something degrees here in South Carolina. So,
Brian, Brian, enjoy your 4 seasons at once.
Yes, exactly. There you go. All 4 seasons at one time. There you go. All right, PENSMAN, tell everybody how they can get a hold of you and what's going on, and your show's coming up, and whatnot. Go ahead, PENSMAN.
Before I get a phone call and get my ear ripped apart, tomorrow night is the Sports Nut.
Yes,
Nut show.
Absolutely.
Tune in, and it will be live at 7:00, not 7:30. So mark your calendars, set your schedule, set your alarm for 7 p.m. we will be going live at 7 o'clock. That way, at 8 o'clock, you can watch Mendoza tear up Miami's defense and become a national champion. Tuesday night, I will have my Steelers show. Wednesday, again, with the Sports Nuts. Thursday, I have nothing planned because I want to do that. And then Friday, another Sports Nuts show. We went to three shows a week. We started last week. And then Saturday,
Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Back on the show, and hopefully Leo will
Saturday morning, and also we're going to talk about the UFL draft, which happened with 2 days of the UFL draft. There's some former Steelers involved in that. We'll run down the list of those and what's going on with these teams. Coaches for the UFL. We're going to have a UFL breakdown show. We're going to break down the coaches, players, guys from our colleges that are involved in this and whatnot. We'll see.
And I have breaking news that Matt Canada is a new member of the UFL coaching staff.
Oh, is he really?
I don't know. I don't know.
Man, I thought it was no. Seriously though, PENSMAN, I was told he's coaching in the prison league. That's what I was told.
He got tired of the inmates, so he went to UFL.
Oh, okay. So he got tired of the inmates running the asylum. All right, I get it. All right.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Bryan. Bryan Pettit, Tiger Stripes Media, Sports Nuts. Go ahead.
You can find me the same place where PENSMAN can be found. I'll be on the Sports Nuts this week, tomorrow, and probably Wednesday and Friday. So there's my logo. You can tune into my X, which will be Tiger Stripes Media on there. You can find me on Facebook at Bryan Pettit, my real name. So yeah. Also, if you need to email me or you want to email me, it's going to be Bryan Pettit on radio at Outlook. So you can find me there too. So yeah.
All right. My name is Ralph Williams. I am the host of several shows. Ralph Williams, RW Media. What do you want to talk about? Yeah, let me talk to you. And I'm talking to you quite often. 3 radio shows up in Pittsburgh, 1 in Philadelphia, and I'm working on getting a 5th radio show going soon here.
Whoa. Pittsburgh actually lets you on the radio at the redheaded stepchild.
Well, I'm talking about on the weekend.
Okay.
See, Philadelphia.
I thought the redheaded stepchild was coming back.
Well, yeah, more or less, because I should be doing better than what I'm doing, and I'm not. So that's right. But anyway, I'm on weekends.
I thought Pittsburgh welcomed you with open arms. We missed you.
Saturday and Sunday up in Pittsburgh. I have 3 shows going on 12:50 a.m. The Answer on Saturday and Sunday. Saturday and Sunday, I have this. All right, and then Wednesday, Saturday as well, 2 to 3 p.m. the Sports Corner Radio Show with me, Ralph Williams, Smoking Jim Frazier, Claudia Rosano, Luther Dupree. That is also on 1250 The Answer, 92.5 on the FM dial. Thank them for letting me put my show on air since others won't. All right, and there we are with that. All right, and then also on Tuesday, 4 o'clock to 5. Here we go. All right, and then at 5 o'clock, Wrestle Talk. Here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, Wrestle Talk, and then Wednesday. Here we are, Wednesday, the Ralph Williams Show, Philadelphia. All right, and then on Wednesday, I forgot about this one, Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. This week, we're going to have a condensed show because I have other obligations on another show in Tennessee, the Robert Butler Show on Sportscape. Here we are. All right. And then finally, on Saturday, 10 a.m., here we are, the Saturday Sports Show. And there we go. All right. And for PENSMAN Sports and Bryan Pettit, I want to thank everyone for listening tonight or watching and listening tonight. And until next time, this coming Saturday at 10 a.m. for the Saturday Sports Show, I'm Ralph Williams. Have yourself a great one. And please, by all means, please be safe. Thank you.